Hey YouTube, I got a request from a viewer who saw my previous video about the Manix series by Spyderco, and they requested to see a comparison with the new large Generation 2 Manix with the Spyderco Resilience. And those are the two that you see above the boxes. And then I thought what I might do too, after I get done with that first comparison, is just kind of look at the Manix 2 along with the Tenacious, and you can kind of see some of the similarities. So like I said, we got the large Generation 2 Manix on the right, and then you see the Resilience on the left. And as you can see right off the bat, they're pretty close as far as sizes and everything. So I'll try and hold these so it can be seen size-wise. So the Resilience overall is just a little bit longer, you can see, and I'm sure we're going to also see that when we open these blades up. Let's see, how am I going to do this without cutting myself to ribbons here? Let's see if I can do this. So you see there that the overall cutting length is a bit longer on the Resilience, which it should be, right? Because if you look at the specs, it's like a 4¼ inch blade for the Resilience, and it's just under 4 inches for the Gen 2 Manix large. See if I can get these in here and get them focused. Come on, TEK-nology. Catch up with me. Now hopefully you can see that. Thickness-wise, they're pretty close. Obvious differences in the locking mechanism. We've got the caged ball bearing lock in the Manix. Of course, a Walker liner lock in the Resilience. In hand. A lot of reach with the Resilience. You know, this handle shape reminds me a lot of the initial Spyderco models. So talking about the Worker and the Standard, Executive, you know, even the Endura and Delica. All of them originally had, you know, this sort of integral guard. It's not very large, but it comes down just in front of the blade. But where Spyderco has gone in recent years is really to that 4-finger choil, you know, 50-50 choil, or whatever the name you want to call it. So a little bit of change in design philosophy with the ergonomics, even from the company. Of course, this one is USA made, Golden, Colorado. Uses CPMS 30V steel. This one is the one made in China. The series is made in China, so HCR 13 MOV. Both are flat ground, of course. You can see that. See. About the same thickness of steel too. Alright, so looking at those two, let's go ahead and bust these bad boys open. Now this is the regular production Manix that we have here. So it has the 154 cm steel. This is from the initial run. So it has 154 cm. Many of you know that starting in 2012, the Manix 2 regular production run series was going to start being made with CPMS 30V. Because of that, Spyderco was able to gain some efficiencies with the use of S30V, so they switched it over. We'll pull this one out. So this is a fully serrated Tenacious and a fully serrated Manix 2. And again, it's you can see the scaling coming down from the resilience and the large Manix 2. That translates pretty well to the tenacious and the Manix 2. So if I hold those roughly together, see the size of the blades are about the same. Again, a little bit more cutting is gained in the resilience simply because it doesn't have that 4-finger choil. Overall size, pretty close. Again, American made, Chinese made, and more than double the difference in price too. Whereas this one you can maybe get for about 80 bucks. This one, you know, you can get for around 30 or so. 30-ish. Both feel very nice in the hand. Whoops. Look at that. I almost cut myself open because I went to use a choil that doesn't exist on this model. I guess you can tell I'm used to the 4-finger choils, huh? This is a badass knife. Pretty simple construction, but really, you know, the Tenacious series has rightfully earned its following in the knife community, especially for being a value, bargain, inexpensive line, whatever adjective you want to use for that. But at the same time, you know, this particular design and construction that Spyderco has done with the Manix series is also well earned in the knife community for people that like these. We'll say one thing I really like, not everybody does, but I appreciate the fact that they grind their blades so thin. They definitely makes for better cutting performance, overall slicing. Is there a place for thicker blades? Sure, but there is definitely a place in EDC, and usually when you're using a knife, there's definitely a place for a thinner grind and high performance cutting. So there you have it. You know, depending on what your criteria is for purchasing, you know, either one of these will serve you well, as long as you understand what you're buying. Chinese made, American made, HCR13 MOV, which is a good mid-grade steel, I would say. CPM S30V, while it's not any of the exotics, it's definitely got an edge. Sorry for the pun. It's got an edge over HCR13 MOV. Alright. For that viewer, I hope this gave you what you wanted, and if not, then post a comment on this video and I'll see what I can do. Alright, thanks.